August 30th. We still got the marine layer in effect, which makes it cool, which is nice because today's agenda is dirty work. I'm going to be brush cutting that area right there, and then when I get sick of doing that, I'm not going too fast here. This group of logs right here is holding up a pile of dirt, which is what I had to stack there last September to get my truck out. Well, it's time to move those logs, and I am not looking forward to that even a little bit. I don't know if you can see it or not, but underneath the blackberries there's logs, so I gotta clear these logs out of here that some asshole dropped and just left lay, because the brush cutter does not enjoy contact with a solid log. So I got another pile of logs to cut up, and every one of these logs had like a string of that blackberry wrapped around it, so you pull the log up and then that would wrap around and snag you right in the shirt. It was like getting a cat of nine tails every time I moved one of these logs. I had to do a little wardrobe change, got a little sweaty. It's still like only like 67 degrees outside, so when you get, there's a breeze and it's very cold. It seems cold when you're sweaty. Anyhow, you might be wondering why my sudden interest in this one little spot right across the road right there. Right after wild beer, the second most valuable thing up here is any piece of ground that approaches being level. And right down there is it's pretty level, and it's right by the road, so it's real easy access. So I'm looking at that as a parking spot that I could put a small camper van, truck camper, something of that nature, without having to expend too much work. And getting gravel up here is really inexpensive, so I could have a truck come in here and put a layer of gravel down, and it would be level in just a jiff. And you can see, I think, if I zoom in a little bit, there's my calibrated measuring pole. So that's 16 feet wide. So I got a little bit of space, and then over here on the right, if I clear that out a little bit more, it's pretty level, but there's kind of a dip right in this area right here that would have to be filled in. So it's a nice level spot, especially if I decide to clear this area out right over here. You can probably hear my tripod creaking. That would give me a nice big turnaround area to do something with. Alright, the only one I got left is that guy right there. I'm just going to cut it where it sits. And that other stuff was there previously. That was all there when I first moved in, so I really need to dig into that mess and get her cleaned up. Oh, I'm so glad I waited for the sun to come out. See, the sun, before I started doing this. But yeah, all these logs right here, just this pile, that's what was under there. Hey, who needs a CrossFit membership? You just come out hang with me at Morning Wood. So, I'm complaining about the heat. It's 72 degrees outside, which a lot of people would consider quite nice, myself included. So my original plan was to go home around 2 o'clock this afternoon, but then the sun came out, and it's now 74, and it's beautiful. There's no humidity. I haven't seen a mosquito all day. So I decided I'm going to stay overnight, so I'm gonna have to fend for myself. I did not pack dinner tonight, so we'll have to see what I can scrounge up around the wood.
Barbershop.
Sun is pretty much almost down. Well, it's down here on my lot. You can see it across the bay. It's really pretty, but yes, the solar day is over for me. And, oh shit, that's hard. One of the things I learned to do is pack extra shoes, extra pants. I pretty much got like 4 days of clothes. So you can see the shadow line. Clouds look lovely. A campfire would be nice because it's actually a little bit chilly right here in the shade. So I gotta get up at 2 a.m. tomorrow to go to work. I got my flashlight ready, I got my coffee pot ready. Be camping up there. This camper is so ghetto. But anyhow, got some candles lit for little lighting right now. It's not hot in here because it's cold out. Coldish. Well, 71's not cold, but it's colder in the shade. I'll be putting a sweatshirt on real soon.